the information, yes, the information that Rob is going to give all of us will be so precious that this recording has to be available on YouTube, and the live streamed session also needs to be available to whoever would like to join the session. So live streaming, just give me a moment. I have to be silent for a while, not to double speak, right? And it takes a few seconds. I will mute the Facebook transmission. Okay. Mute the Facebook transmission. Okay, here we go. Okay, so welcome everyone to our final webinar in 22 by 23 series, as I said at the beginning. And to close our series, we have a very special guest. So that is Rob Howard, who is IATEFL Poland Vice-President, but at the same time, he specializes in business English and business communication, and has been active in the whole range of areas. First of all, IATEFL. He has been joint coordinator for IATEFL Business English Special Interest Group, and he is also joint web and online coordinator for this group, or has been, I should have said. And apart from this, he also has this Business Language Training Institute, where he's a managing partner and has been active there for over 4 years. And he is a co-founder of Independent Authors and Publishers Group for almost 5 years. So that is a lot of work, the whole range of activities. And I would like to say that Rob, as far as skills and areas of competence in language learning are concerned, he's a facilitator for advanced communication skills. He writes about the ways of practicing skills and practicing language abilities. He's EFLtalks founder. EFL is Online Language Center for Business Language Training Institute, and owner. He speaks at a number of different conferences, so he has this perspective on what is happening in the area of teaching English these days. So we can be inspired by his knowledge in these areas. Rob has also offered a few webinars for IATEFL Poland, in spite of being very busy. And the previous webinar is Classroom to Boardroom, and I would like to encourage you to have a look, to watch this, Preparing Learners for the Workplace. Then there was another one, Workplace Learning Trends, a new market for teachers. So that is specifically for us. And today, networking rather than not working. And within this topic, what IATEFL Poland offers you. So over to you, Rob.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, as always. And I'm very happy to be closing out a very busy year. And I would like everybody to give a round of applause for Lucinda, who did a wonderful job of organizing this year's webinars. And I'm sure next year's are going to be even better. So we're looking forward to it. But what I wanted to talk about today is not working to networking, and talk a little bit about IATEFL Poland and what it has to offer you, and maybe a little bit of what you have to offer us. First, though, I'd like to start off in very sad news. Somebody very close to our organization, somebody close to me for years. I met her years ago back in Brazil, Susan Holden, unfortunately has passed away. She's been sick for almost half the year. And unfortunately, we've lost a great woman, very, very important to IATEFL Poland. She's done a lot for us over the years, and a lot for me, whether it be my EFLtalks or the independent authors or just being a friend. So this goes out to her. And so here we are. I am not going to try and say it because my Polish is non-existent. So I'm not going to say this is IATEFL Poland in Polish.
I can help out. Stowarzyszenie Nauczycieli Języka Angielskiego w Polsce, IATEFL Poland. Okay, now I mute myself.
Easy for you to say. All right, great. Well, the first thing that I want to do is talk about the upcoming conference, and hopefully you've registered or you're getting ready to register because we're filling up fast. And it's the 32nd IATEFL Poland International Conference in September 22nd through 24th in Wrocław. How'd I do? Wrocław. Yes. I've been practicing that for 7 years. And we want to thank the organizing committee, which is IATEFL Poland Committee, and in conjunction with the Department of Foreign Languages at Wrocław University of Science and Technology. So make sure you register, and we'll see you there. So the theme of this year's conference is From the Classroom to the World. We're going to have over 100 sessions. We're going to have the finals of the public speaking contest. There'll be plenaries, talks, workshops, live lessons. We'll actually bring in students, and we're going to have advanced lessons for teachers. So teachers are going to be the students with several advanced lessons coming from our experts. It's an option if you sign up. There's a 3-hour boat cruise on the, is it Otter or Oder? You're still muted.
Yes, I'm unmuting myself. Odra. Odra, Polish version is Odra, yes.
Oh, okay. So on the Odra River with a wonderful meal, a barbecue, and with music. This is optional. You can go to the registration page and sign up for that. And also one of the things we'll be doing is we're going to be announcing some new changes in the regions and in the SIGs. We've got some shifting around we're going to do. And we're going to officially announce our new logo contest. For next year, we'll be implementing a new logo, and we want to make it open to our members to help us out and design something creative, fresh, and new. Good. So that's some of the things that we offered. I was actually looking at the numbers, and this will be the 32nd conference. We've actually had over 25,000 teachers attend our conferences over the years. And I know I'm one of them, and I know Lucinda's one of them. And hopefully you're one of them. And we want to see this number even go up higher. So make sure you sign up. The registration is still open. If you go to iatefl.org.pl, registration is open. And one thing very important that this has to be changed for next year, but because of Polish law, I found out you're actually paying for your membership, but you have to physically check off the little box on the bottom that says you want to be a member. Now, most people tend to miss this and then don't realize that even though they paid for membership, they're not officially a member because by law, you have to opt in. So it can't be automatic. So you have to check off that little box. If you've already signed up and paid and not sure if you checked off the box, get in touch with the office, and you can just email office and tell them that office at iatefl.org.pl and tell them, yes, I want to be a member. Check it off for me. And we'll make the arrangements so we make you a member. Okay. So moving on, let's see a little bit about what's going to be happening and some of the people that will be there. Plus many, many more. As I said, we have over 100 speakers. These are just some of the highlights from our distinguished sponsors who we'd like to thank, and plus me too. Now, IATEFL Poland it's an association of teachers, which is run by teachers and for teachers. And this is something important to keep in mind. We're not a business. We're not one of these foundations or associations that are making money to put in our pocket. We are all volunteers here who are doing this association out of love for the membership. Now, you're going to see teacher associations are all over the world. And you know, things are getting tough lately because we all know money is tight and we all know time is precious, but it's never too precious to improve as a teacher. So keep in mind, we're one of the best places that you can improve as a teacher by becoming a member. So let's take a look at why should you join? Well, you may be seeking professional development. This will get you up to date on the latest training, the latest trends, and everything that's happening in the industry. You could be looking for solutions to current challenges you're having. Everybody, for instance, is talking right now about ChatGPT and what I'm going to do. And some people are panicked, some people are embracing it. So what are the solutions? What better way to find solutions than to talk with your peers and learn from your peers on things that are working, things that haven't worked. You may be building up your own professional network. I'll tell you, this was one of the smartest things I ever did when I started EFLtalks, and I was looking for teachers to do talks. I have 400 of them in my network that all said yes and did recordings and took part in it. This is all part of building your professional network, that you can reach out to other people around the world, find out whatever it is you need. I know that I was struggling with something about British English that one of my students asked me. I simply went into my professional network and asked all the British teachers about the certain thing and immediately got answers, better than Google. So we also have a place where we can share our best practices. And what this means is find out the best way that we can be teaching these days. Now, a lot of you may still be teaching in university, you may be teaching face-to-face, or you could be like me. I'm a freelancer, I work on my own, I don't work face-to-face, it's totally online, so I'm sitting here in this chair and teaching my students all over the world. And, you know, it can get kind of lonely sometimes. And also, it can become very demotivating because you just feel like, oh, I'm doing the same thing. But when you get together with your colleagues and you network and you reach out and you talk with people, this gets you going again. It gets you excited. You know, just the talk that we had 5 minutes before we opened up the room. We're both excited, aren't we, Lucinda? Give me a nod. Yes, we are. And this is part of it. This is part of being in an organization. It also helps to enhance your job satisfaction because you realize the things that you're doing are worth it. And believe it or not, being a social person and being part of a network and being part of a team, or you'll hear people say tribe or a group, all of this is important for your well-being. And you heard people talking last year about, mindfulness and everything else. We need to worry about ourselves as teachers, not just worrying about the association and our students. We need to take care of us. Think of it, a lot of you may be parents. I'm a parent. And, it's like when you're on an airplane, what's the first thing they say? In the event of an emergency, the oxygen mask will drop down. But it's important, first, put the mask on you before you put it on someone else, because we need to be in a good place. We need to be safe if we're going to help our students be safe and comfortable. So I like that drop down thing. I need a mask to drop down in front of me. So this is some of the main reasons to join. Now, what do you get out of it? Again, you'll meet like-minded professionals, people that are doing the same thing as you. And this gives you such a chance to build a big network of teachers where it could be sharing information, it could be just reaching out and having fun and talking. After this tonight, as Lucinda mentioned, I have the IATEFL BESIG. When COVID started, the first thing I thought about is, no, people don't need more webinars to tell them how to use Zoom. What people need is to be able to talk to each other, because this is what we miss. We're all locked up in the house. So I started this thing called the break room, which many people have now copied. You hear like the teachers room and, the chat room and everything else, which is great. And this is good. But the idea of it was just to get together and not necessarily talk about teaching, just feel some camaraderie, feel some friendship, feel like family, know that there's other people out there like yourself, so we're not so lonely. And this is important when you make these network connections. And we started doing it. We do it twice a month. And my first one was, COVID started in March, and we did our first break room in April. And I said, once COVID ends, there's no need for this. And I made the announcement, we're out of lockup now, we're going to stop. And everybody was like, no, we love this. And we're still doing it. And this shows how important this networking and camaraderie is to our well-being and to our future. So this is one major thing that you'll get out of IATEFL Poland. And the friendships are wonderful. You also get some great opportunities for collaboration. One of the recent conferences that I held, one of the teachers from the university where we held it at connected with a teacher out of the Netherlands, I believe it was, and they're currently working on a project together online with the students from the two universities. I've done collaborations with universities in China, in Spain. I'm doing one now in Wrocław. See, I get it. I'm learning Polish, don't worry. And, doing things all over the world, you get these opportunities through the networking that you build from a teachers association. You get new ideas to take into the classroom and new practices. Every talk that you go to, you'll get an idea, like it may be a brand new idea, or I've been teaching for over 20 years. I get, oh yeah, I used to do that 20 years ago, and why did I ever stop? That's a great idea. So this is important, whether you're a new teacher or you're, I won't say old, inexperienced teacher with years of practice and wisdom. Another nice thing, and one thing you're going to see we're going to build up on this coming year, is access to resources. For instance, you mentioned the recordings that I've done for the previous webinars. We have some wonderful webinars. For instance, I'll name my friends. Evan Friendo has done some great webinars. Bethany did a great webinar a few weeks ago. Oksana, I know, did a webinar a while ago, and many names. And these are free resources that you have access to as a member. You'll also get personal growth. And, well, personal growth is personal growth. And I'll tell you, professional recognition. Really, if you're looking to become more visible, if you're looking to do more in the industry and not just, sitting in a chair like yourself, my career took off because of getting involved with teacher associations and getting to meet and working with the association. So that's what you get. Now, here's the other thing. What can you do? You can get involved. Get active, come to the conference, present at our conference. You're watching now, so you're attending the webinars. Why not offer to present a webinar? As I said, we're going to be talking about SIGs and regions at the September conference. Get involved, join one of the SIGs, join one of the regions, and get involved with them. Most important, the thing you can do is help spread the word. There are so many teachers out there who aren't aware of TESOL, IATEFL, IATEFL Poland. And I find that this is crazy because almost every country in the world has a big teacher association. There's over 12 million English teachers in the world. And we kind of estimated only maybe 12,000 are actually members of teacher associations. Where are the rest? It's because they're not here. Some don't know about it. Maybe some can't afford. We'll work on that. And volunteer. But come to the conference, come to the webinar, tell a friend. Better yet, tell 5 friends and get them all to come. And this is how we grow as a community. Now, I want to make a distinction here, and we'll talk about a little bit some of the differences between the two and some of the things that we have in common. We are IATEFL Poland, and there is IATEFL. IATEFL is located in the UK, covers all the world, and this is the major association that holds their conference every year in the UK. Now, we are IATEFL Poland, and we are an associate teaching association of IATEFL. And we get benefits, and you can get benefits from that. But realize by becoming an IATEFL Poland member, you are not an IATEFL member, and vice versa. So even if you're in Poland and you're an IATEFL member, that doesn't make you an IATEFL Poland member automatically. But wait, good news about that. First, let's look at membership in IATEFL Poland. You get the discounted rates on all our events as a member. Of course, I know this might be a little small for you to read, but I'll just give you the highlights. We have the monthly webinars, and you get certificates for those who attend. Access to the webinar recordings, access to our newsletter. You can join one of the special interest groups and, keep up to date, for instance, business English or young learners, teacher development. We have member-only scholarship opportunities where you can actually go attend and present at one of our affiliates conferences. I know, Lucenia, you're going to be doing the online TESOL Spain coming up soon. I just came back from IATEFL in Israel where I presented there. And we have other people that are traveling and going to other conferences. IATEFL Poland helps you with this, and the other association helps you with that. Because we have associated with other associations around the world, and we kind of have like this exchange program. So you can become part of that, and we encourage you to represent IATEFL Poland in other countries and at other associations. You can build your professional network, as I said, and you have access to a reduced association rate for IATEFL membership. Now, when you become a member of IATEFL Poland, you have the ability to get a reduced associate rate membership in IATEFL. Okay. So now you'll be a member of both. For instance, I'm not sure the exact numbers right now. I believe it's like 70 pounds to join IATEFL for a year. You can get this at a reduced rate, I believe, of 23 or 25 pounds. And what that will do is get you discounted rates then on everything that IATEFL offers. Okay. Now, the discounted membership for the IATEFL associates, now what does IATEFL give you? Pretty much a lot of the same things. Discounted rate at IATEFL events, which usually are in the UK, a lot of them online. You get discount on a range of different teaching magazines and book discounts. You get their monthly e-bulletin, IATEFL Voices, which is their publications, conference selections. They also have monthly webinars with certificates. There's a searchable archive of articles and publications. You can submit a proposal for either a virtual or a face-to-face IATEFL event. You do need to be a member to submit. You can get your work published in one of their publications. You can join one of the 16 special interest groups there. BESIG is the best. Sorry. You can get member-only scholarship opportunities there. You can get things like there's annual scholarship to attend the IATEFL, and we also SIGs have their own scholarships. Which who was the last scholarship winner for the first time speaker at a BESIG conference? I can't remember. Lucenia, do you remember who won last time?
You know, I have memory gaps. I can't recall it.
Okay. We're teasing. It was none other than Lucenia. And she was the winner of one of our scholarships. And this was for all the hard work she's done for BESIG over the years. And it's well worth it. I was a scholarship winner for the IATEFL, I believe it was 2015. And it's really good. So I recommend it. And again, now building your personal network, it's not only here in Poland, you're worldwide. Okay. And moving on. So some snapshots here is some of the things, the annual conferences. These are wonderful. If you haven't been to our annual conference, you have to be. It's such a learning experience. It's amazing. Being with all like-minded professionals face to face, seeing the exhibitors and sponsors there to see what they're offering these days, all under one roof for 3 days, once a year. It's unmissable. And I've been to everyone except for Stettin, which was the day I actually moved to Poland, was the one in Szczecin. So that's why I couldn't make it. But I've been to every single IATEFL Poland conference since. And I'll tell you, it's one of my favorite conferences in the world. To give you an idea, I don't know how many conferences I've been to, but I've spoken over 340 times now. So, oh, excuse me, it's a lot. One of the other greatest things is, oh, look at the three of us. I actually didn't make this slide. This already existed, and it was a shame about Susan. But the webinars, the weekly webinars, it's a wonderful series, great talks. I thank you, whoever made this slide. You picked three of the greatest, didn't they? And local events held by regions and SIGs. In the past, I've taken part. BESIG has had their own face-to-face conference, IATEFL Poland BESIG. We've done one in conjunction with ESP years ago. I know other people do mini conferences within specific regions. So, for instance, there might be one coming up in Łódź, or there could be one in Solwiki. No, probably not. But anywhere in different areas. And this is what we're going to work on more this year, is to have more and more local events within the regions. So it makes it easier to get to, usually one-day events, so you don't need the expensive hotel and everything. And it'll be in your neighborhood, so you don't need to travel. So stay tuned for that. One of the greatest things is the public speaking contest. This is something I've been involved as a judge for the past few years, and these are exciting. We have regional contests with different schools, and I take part in the one here in Gdansk. Gosha runs that here, the president, and I'm one of the judges, been for 3 years. And we even have done some online. What we've added this year is university students, people who are going to school to become teachers. We added another contest for them. And what happens is the finals will all take place in September in Wrocław. Better. And we'll see the finals, and we'll see really the best speakers in different categories. And it's exciting and something I'm really pleased to be involved with. Also, as I mentioned before, representing IATEFL Poland abroad. It's a lot of fun. I had the honor, I was invited to ETDi, and while I was there, talk about sharing a stage. On the stage with me was past TESOL president Joyce Kling, current IATEFL president Alexandra, I'm not going to try and say the last name, I'll mess it up. And I don't know if you recognize her, but in the middle, that is Penny Yer, who is a big hero, a big mentor, a big influence on many of us through teaching. And I shared the stage with them talking about ChatGPT and AI. And then the fun part is the picture below, getting to go out with all the people that you meet there and having a good time, because you're there. Charles Goodger is there he's in from Italy, Leo Sullivan in from Israel. There's Rebecca from TESOL Spain. There's Ula from IATEFL Poland, which I hadn't met in years. And also people who were joining us from Israel. And it was really a great time. And as I say, it's this networking, it's this working together that gets you here. The reason that I was invited here is because of the networking I had done years ago and with the people that I had met from ETDi in Israel. So IATEFL Poland is an association of teachers run by teachers for teachers like you. So I'm encouraging you to join us. I know this will be shorter than normal, but it's our last one. And if you have any questions, any comments, if Lucinda, we can talk and sit and chat for a little bit. But I just wanted to make you aware, really come to the conference, but really consider getting involved, joining. If you're not a member now, become one. And all of you watching this, I want you to copy the link, and I want you to send it to every English teacher in Poland that you know. They will thank you for it. And we'll see you all in Wrocław in September.
Thank you
So,
very
how'd I do, boss?
You are the boss, yes.
Not me.
I am just a humble assistant of whoever is the boss in the network, doing my best. I see that that Naulin, if I'm not mispronouncing your name, if I am mispronouncing your name, please correct me, has remained with us till the end.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
they deserve a chance to say something at the end. Would you like to say something? Hello, hello.
There's no microphone showing for them, so I don't know. They may be watching on a phone.
Yes.
Or a tablet.
That's probably.
Or you can always type in the chat room.
Yes, if you feel like commenting, then type in the chat room, and then we will know if there is anything we can be helpful with. I have just attached the certificate from our webinar as usual, and we are waiting for the message, the written message or the spoken message. Let's see. No written message, no spoken message.
Okay.
So since we both know what's going on, and there is no need to repeat the information, I would like to thank you, Rob, for putting it all together so nicely that I am impressed. And I personally, although I've been a member of IATEFL Poland and IATEFL also, and BESIG, special interest group, for a number of years, I am impressed, and I have discovered, yes, of course, that's my favorite. That is also my area of specialization. So I really enjoy the opportunity of being inspired by the best of the best, yes, all over the world, yes. So really.
Well, this is one of the greatest things about any teacher association. And, I wish more people would understand how much value there is. Unfortunately, I think the students that are graduating today really don't know that it exists, number one. And number two, they really don't understand what they have to offer. Because, I'm a bit older. I'm 100 years old. And, when, back when I was young, we always knew about associations and the things it's like, oh, I want to join. I want to join. And joining and being part of a team or an association or a club or anything was big. Now, and I talk a lot about this, they call it social media, but it really should be anti-social media, because I think we're being pushed further and further apart, and we don't see this need to come together as, a cohesive group. And I'll tell you, it is so important. I don't know, how long have we known each other? Probably 5-6 years, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I would say something like this.
Yeah. And,
since the very first moment, I had a feeling I'd known you for ages.
Yeah. Well, this is it, because we're like-minded. And this is the thing, we're connecting like-minded teachers. You and I both teach business English. We're both marvelous people. We're both blonde and youngsters. So, but this is the thing that you find with the teacher association is it brings people together that have a common tie, even if we never talk about it. You and I never talk about teaching, do we? No, we talk about everything else.
Yes.
But we understand. And this is why it's so important to become part of an association, which I think, unfortunately, young people haven't discovered yet. Let's hope that they discover it before all the associations are gone. And as I said, it's becoming tough for a lot of associations, just because of finance, travel, expenses, everything's getting expensive, but there's still the need. You don't stop feeding yourself just because food is expensive, just like you don't stop feeding your brain just because it costs money.
Yeah, that's
I'll have to write that down. I like that.
Yeah, of course. That was at the tip of my tongue when I was. That was excellent. Yes, that was an excellent observation. Thank God it will be recorded. Yes, so I
Yes.
will have an opportunity to make a note of it as well.
Remind me I had a good idea, okay?
Yeah, of course. And another one was that we are both teenagers and we are both blonde haired. Yes.
Of course, I just put these gray highlights in to
Yeah,
add wisdom
just to
to
make
my
it
talk.
lively. Just to
Yes.
make it lively. Okay, I would like to say one thing, because you spoke about those young teachers. I have to say it at this moment that I really love this idea, because it was your idea to have this. Oh, Anya Kosenko is joining us. Better late
Oh,
than
good.
too late. Yes.
Hi, Anna.
Anya, welcome. Welcome to the webinar. We are in the process of closing the webinar already, Anya, but I would like to say one thing. I think it's worth knowing for Anya as well, because Anya is also an English teacher, and making these young teachers see the climate, the opportunities, the life of the teachers, if they can come together in real life. Yes, not just online is also one of the options, but to have it well-rounded. Yes, so that we meet online, we meet in person. That is an excellent idea, and I'm sure that this competition, public speaking contest for future teachers, and whoever would like to join it, I even made it known to our students at Krakow University of Economics, because many of them are interested in teaching. Yes, they are not given this opportunity. Many of them have this second specialization, like some of my students in business English track, and some of them think about it. Yes, this is a very good opportunity for them to, to see that there is another way of living. Yes,
Sure.
Professional for them. So I just love it, and I keep my fingers crossed that it is going to be developing nicely in the next year. And I oblige myself to make it known in Krakow, and I'm sure that Anya will also join the team of people who will announce this opportunity. It costs nothing. Yes, it costs nothing. You can win a lot.
Yep. Well, and this is the thing, and it's interesting. We're here, we can chat. It's interesting what you said, because I went to school for business management and computer science. I wasn't an English teacher. And what I did is, when I moved first to Brazil, and people asked me, I did study secondary education. I thought I was going to be a computer science or a business or a math teacher someday for my retirement. I never thought it would be English. But when I got to Brazil, people asked me to teach them. And I was involved mostly with business people there at, low levels, bars, restaurants, and everything. And I saw that even with a general English course, because I've learned languages in the past, I studied French, I studied Italian, I studied Japanese, more languages than you care to remember. But, studying all these, didn't give you anything that you needed to work in a business environment. And that's what got me started into business English. Because in reality, what I tell people is you're teaching people English now, but why? Because they're going to need it for the workplace. And, general English has to move into workplace English. And where do you get this? Finding people that actually have expertise in economics and finance and engineering and everything else who can teach English. So it's exciting. It's another opportunity for them because AI is going to replace those economics people real quick. They can do math faster.
Who knows? Who knows? That's
Yeah.
really interesting what you're saying, Rob, because in my case, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Originally I was going, my father wanted me to finish some polytechnical college because he believed that universities, that is just talking and writing. That's not life, these are not life matters.
Yeah.
But eventually, after a trip to the States, I discovered my loving for learning languages. So I started by studying English, literature. That was my specialization. And then I thought about studying business. Yes, so it was the opposite. First was English, and then there was business. So we discovered the same in the opposite way.
Well, this is it. And that's one of the things that you find, again, when you join the teacher associations, that everybody came in for different reasons and from different angles. Evan, for instance, came in from a business and then decided to study, I think he studied linguistics or something like that. And, we all came from different backgrounds, different places. But the thing is, we've all ended up in the same place, and our stories give us something that we can share with each other that helps each other succeed more. And it's great. I cannot say enough how wonderful it is to be part of an association of like-minded people.
Yeah, and the synergy effect that we obtain and the speed with which we learn the new things, like your most recent webinar about artificial intelligence. Yes, that is a very good example of it. That is unbeatable. Normally, if I were sitting in my favorite corner, I would never discover the things that I keep discovering all the time.
This is it. Great.
Okay, so I guess, Anya, would you like to add something?
Yeah, she's not connecting on audio, it says here.
I see.
What's happening.
Okay, so we will just wave goodbye at Anya. Anya, please notice that the certificate has been provided. And I would like to wish you happy holiday, Rob. I'm on holiday already in the Soviet Mountains.
I'm never on holiday.
No. The weather is not fascinating. I mean, it's not very warm. It was raining yesterday, the whole night also, but I don't complain because right now it's not raining. So immediately after the webinar, I will be given an opportunity to reflect on all the ideas that you have inspired me with while walking. Oh, somebody is still joining us. Okay, welcome.
Welcome. Just in time to say goodbye.
Yes, just in time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say goodbye. Thank you very much for a wonderful webinar. And we are going to begin again on the very first day of September. I have already contacted Ula Kropaczewska about it, because I think that due to the fact that she's the most active person in the area of our webinars, she should be given a chance to open up the 23 by 24 series, but there will be other fascinating webinars as well.
Somebody's more active than me.
But just you wait. If Ola is not able to start, then I will ask you are the next.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everyone, and thanks to the Center for doing this and giving me the opportunity, and hope to see everybody in Wrocław.
Yes, perfect. By the end, so you've been learning throughout this webinar. Yes, I have
Yes.